There's been a lot of controversy this week surrounding the First Amendment, freedom of speech. Both Matt Walsh and Tim Pool, they have had videos demonetized and deleted here on YouTube. Now, in the case of Matt Walsh, his entire channel has been demonetized. According to him, YouTube demonetized him for his refusal to use proper pronouns. Now, when I saw that explanation the other night, I just I was skeptical. I wasn't buying it. Now, I'm not saying that Matt Walsh is lying. I just didn't think that we were getting the full story. Now, YouTube, they are claiming that Matt Walsh was a repeat offender. I did a little bit of digging. I found some of the commentary they were talking about. I can understand why some of the comments from Matt Walsh would constitute as content not suitable for advertisers. Now, that doesn't mean I like it. That doesn't mean I agree with YouTube demonetizing his platform. I'm just saying I can understand where they were coming from. I understand their perspective. This battle of free speech, this is nothing new. In terms of radio and television, it's been going on for decades, and that's what YouTube is, television. I feel like YouTube takes a lot of unfair criticism when it comes to censorship. Well, KC, you're just saying that to stay on their good side. You don't want them coming after you or your channel. Yeah, sure. Remove that cucumber for a second and listen to what I'm telling you. Google has owned YouTube since 2006. For over a decade, YouTube, Google, they could not have given a fuck less what anyone was saying on their platform. They would monetize any and everyone. But here's what happened. Advertisers started complaining because their ads were being shown on horrific videos. Violence, videos related to terrorism. For a period of about 2 years, YouTube was losing tens, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising. They called it the adpocalypse. They were essentially forced to crack down on content creators. Basically, it's not YouTube censoring content. It's advertisers censoring content. Now, not in all cases, but most of the time, that's what it is. This same thing happened to Howard Stern on radio. It happened to Glenn Beck on Fox News. This fight is nothing new. I think the problem most people have, and this is definitely the problem I have with it, the censorship, it doesn't seem to be balanced. It seems one-sided. They try to censor common sense voices while members of Woke United Methodist seemingly have free reign to say whatever the hell they want. Case in point, the comments that were made on The View earlier this week. Now, before I show you what I'm talking about, let's get into the sponsor for today's video, my friend Mark Gonzalez at First National Bullion. Have you guys noticed prices at the grocery store lately? I haven't personally, since I am clueless when it comes to grocery shopping, but I see the bills and I listen to my girlfriend complain every time she gets home from the grocery store. No matter what the experts are telling us, inflation is through the roof. There is so much uncertainty right now surrounding the American dollar. Countries like China and Russia, they are trading in their own currencies. Even Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has agreed to accept the Chinese yuan to purchase oil. Now, what does that mean for the US dollar? If history's a guide, it ain't good. Doesn't matter how much money you have, rising inflation can make your dollar worthless. Luckily, there is a perfect hedge against inflation available to us. Precious metals, gold and silver. My friend Mark Gonzalez over at First National Bullion has plenty of both. Unlike these other companies who exchange your paper dollars for a nice piece of paper in return, First National Bullion, they have the real deal. They have physical precious metals, gold and silver. They can be delivered directly to you. Mark, he can even help you put gold and silver into your individual retirement accounts. When you invest with First National Bullion, they send you actual gold, actual silver. They have been in business for 16 years, and my friend Mark is an expert when it comes to protecting your hard-earned money. Reach out to Mark Gonzalez today by clicking the link in the description below, and Mark, he will give you a call personally to help you protect yourself against the decline of the dollar and rising inflation. All right, let's get back into my favorite yentas on The View. Earlier this week, the lovely ladies on our favorite flatulating cushion, they gave us an added bonus. Executives at ABC, they felt like it wasn't enough for us to have 5 yentas. No. 5 was not enough. ABC, they went out and scouted the super yenta. Now, how many of you guys have heard of Patti LuPone or Patti LuPone? See a couple of hands raised back there from some of my older viewers. More than likely, anyone under the age of 40 has never heard of Super Patti before. Super Patti. She's an actress, best known for her work in theater. She had a famous performance at the Grammys back in 1994 when she sang Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Patti was a guest on The View Tuesday morning. They were discussing the controversial topic of Christianity. Apparently, the mentioning of Jesus, that is just as triggering today as it was 2,000 years ago when they put him on the cross. Deacons at Woke United Methodist, they have created a new term for Christians. As you guys know, the deacons, they create these special terms for any group that opposes them. Christians, they are now called Christian nationalists. They are described as far-right radicals, no different than ISIS or Al-Qaeda. Okay. Anyway, Super Patti, she was invited on The View to explain the dangers of the Christian faith. Those Christians with their Bibles, they are so dangerous. They keep knocking on my door, inviting me to church. In one weird instance, they offered to pray for me. I had my doorman immediately remove them from my building. I told those Christians I worship the woke oak tree. At one point during this discussion, Patti LuPone became incredibly confused. Perhaps she became emotionally triggered when Son Hostin said the J word. Whatever the case may be, the emotional trauma erupted through the facial orifice of the Super Yenta. Watch for yourself.
This before, and I'm going to get in trouble. But I have said this before, and it's been in print. I don't know what the difference between our Christian right and the Taliban is. I have no idea what the difference is.
You're not the only person who's said that.
I just don't know what the difference is.
Yeah.
What's happening in this country right now in the name of religion is so dangerous.
What? You don't know the difference between the Christian faith and the Taliban? Do I really need to sit here and explain the differences? I don't seem to remember church pastors not allowing women to drive. I don't seem to remember pastors refusing to give voting rights to women. I have never heard the 11th commandment, thou shalt not leave the house without the supervision of your abusive husband. I really enjoyed the additional comment from the whoopee cushion. Oh, Super Yenta, how great thou art. I just realized you are not the only person who has said that. I have heard this same narrative every Sunday at Woke United Methodist. Let me ask you something. What would the reaction be if someone like Matt Walsh made this same comparison but replaced the Christian faith with the transgender movement? These comments from Patti LuPone, they have created zero outrage in the mainstream media. Hell, most media outlets, they haven't even picked up the story. You guys know the reason why. Most attacks on faith and religion are unacceptable, and rightfully so. But when it comes to the Christian faith, it's all good. I happen to agree with Super Patti here. What is happening in this country right now in the name of religion is so dangerous. I happen to agree, 100% agree. But I am not talking about the religion of Christianity. Matter of fact, in my lifetime, I don't think the church has been less impactful than it is today. The problem in this country is not the Christian faith, it's the woke faith. Make no mistake about it, wokeism is a religion. Christians worship Jesus, they worship the oak tree. Christians attend First Baptist Atlanta, they attend Woke United Methodist. Christians follow the 10 Commandments, guidelines which haven't changed in thousands of years. They follow the Woke Commandments, guidelines which are constantly changing without notice. Both are religions. Now, do I think Patti LuPone's what she said was offensive? No. Was I emotionally triggered? No. Do I want her silenced? Definitely not. But if Matt Walsh had said the same thing but replaced the J word with Dylan Mulvaney, he would be deplatformed. He would be canceled. That's the problem I have with it. I don't want anyone to be silenced. I think everyone should have the right to say whatever the hell they want to say. But that is not the reality that we're living in. And now that I'm thinking about it, the roles have completely reversed here. Back in the 90s, pastors and church leaders, they were trying to silence Howard Stern. Christian political leaders, they were trying to ban rap music. Dolores Tucker, Tipper Gore, they were fighting to silence rappers. They were targeting Bill Maher because he was an atheist. Back then, the left side of the country was fighting for free speech. Today, They're the ones trying to silence it. They go after religion because they are the hardest people to convert. People who have faith in God or Allah or Buddha, take your pick, doesn't matter. People who have faith in whatever higher power they choose to believe in, they are less susceptible to believe in the religion of woke. The deacons, they want you believing in nothing. They want you to have faith in them. Unfortunately, millions of people have faith in deacons at Woke United Methodist, and most of these converts are young people. Look at the results. Look at the results of the woke faith. They started by confusing teenagers on their sexuality. Now, they're confused with their gender. Crime in major cities has reached record high levels. The fight for equity has become so ridiculous. Politicians are now pushing for gender equity with crash test dummies. We want an equal amount of male and female crash test dummies. It is not fair that only male dummies enjoy the ecstasy of a car crash. The deacons have raised a generation to have absolutely no faith in themselves. And when you have no faith in yourself, you are susceptible to fall for anything, which is exactly what they want. But give me your thoughts. The View attacks Christianity, comparing it to the Taliban. Zero outrage in the mainstream media. Also, give me your thoughts on this situation with Matt Walsh. Maybe you guys know more about it than I do. I had never listened to Matt Walsh. I don't follow the Daily Wire. Do you guys understand why he was demonetized here on YouTube? I'm not asking if you agree. I'm asking if you understand. Let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, kc_btl84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.